Hey everyone, I get it. Scrolling through endless listings for home gym rigs, you see glossy photos of massive steel frames that promise a complete workout, and you start picturing yourself crushing PIS in the garage. Then the box arrives, you wrestle it into the corner, and suddenly the whole thing feels more like a storage unit than a training partner. That gap between the showroom image and the everyday reality is why I wanted to break down the body-solid Precise 7-angle Smith machine before anyone spends a weekend in a wrestling match with bolts and a budget that could have gone toward a set of plates. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the space you'll actually need. The Precise 7 is marketed as a home gym optimized rack, and that's true in the sense that the frame is built to fit a typical 3-car garage layout. When fully assembled, the footprint is about 70 inches wide, 55 inches deep, and stands just under 87 inches tall. In practice, that means you'll need at least a 9 by 10 foot rectangle clear of doors, windows, and any hanging tools. If you live in a small apartment, or even a tight basement, you'll quickly find the unit monopolizing the room. For anyone who already has a dedicated workout space, that footprint is a reasonable trade-off for the versatility you get. Versatility is the headline claim, and it's where the Precise 7 earns its stripes. The machine lets you adjust the angle of the Smith bar in 7 different positions, ranging from a flat bench press to a steep incline. That's a big win for people who want to hit chest, shoulders, and triceps without buying separate benches or incline stations. I tested the incline by setting the bar at a 45-degree angle and performed a set of dumbbell flies on the built-in bench. The bar stayed locked in place, and the safety catches 2 independent arms that swing out from the uprights caught the weight cleanly when I let go on purpose. The catch system is adjustable, so you can set the safety height to match a squat depth or a bench press range without having to read a manual every time. Now, who actually benefits from that level of adjustability? If you're a serious lifter who already owns a decent set of plates and wants a single piece of equipment that can double as a squat rack, bench press, and even a low pull station, the Precise 7 makes sense. The frame is welded from 11-gauge steel, which gives it a solid, knock-react feel when you load a 315-pound barbell. For home-based athletes who train multiple muscle groups in a single session, the ability to switch from a squat to a shoulder press without moving the bar to a different rack saves a lot of time. I found that in a typical 90-minute workout, I could transition between 5 different exercises without having to walk across the room or re-rack the bar on a separate piece of equipment. On the flip side, if you're a beginner who's just dabbling in weight training, you might not need 7 angle positions or a full-size power rack footprint. A simple adjustable bench and a set of dumbbells could cover most of your needs for less than half the price. The Precise 7 also lacks a built-in weight storage system, so you'll still need a separate rack or floor space for plates. That extra requirement can be a nuisance if your garage is already crowded with tools or seasonal items. In short, the machine shines when you have the space, the budget, and the training plan to actually use all those angles. Otherwise, it becomes an expensive piece of metal that gathers dust. Let's talk about daily usability, the part that matters after the excitement of unboxing wears off. The Smith bar itself is a 7-foot, 20-kilogram bar with knurled grips. It's not a true Olympic bar, so the spin is limited, but that's by design for safety on a guided track. When I did a set of 8 representatives of squats at 225 pounds, the bar glided smoothly along the steel rails, and the audible whoosh was reassuringly consistent. The real test came when I tried a quick drop set on the bench press. Lower the weight, then immediately add more plates. The safety arms caught the bar the moment the lock released, preventing any sudden drop. That safety feel is a major plus for anyone training alone, which is a common scenario in home gyms. One hidden trade-off I discovered was the height of the safety catches relative to the bar path. Because the catches pivot from the upright, you have to set them slightly higher than your typical squat depth if you want the bar to rest securely during a heavy set. That means you either have to compromise on depth, or spend a minute adjusting the catches each time you switch from squats to, say, a standing overhead press. It's not a deal breaker, but it's a small inconvenience that seasoned lifters will notice. Assembly time is another practical consideration. BodySolid ships the rack in 3 large boxes, each weighing about 80 pounds. The instructions are clear, and I managed to get